Greg Hunt in Melbourne as the vaccine rollout rolls on.
This is actually the best and the biggest clinic I've seen. Yeah, it's terrific, isn't it?
But this isn't a hospital, it's the old Paran Town Hall turned into a Commonwealth respiratory clinic.
Lovely to see you. You're about to be vaccinated or you've been vaccinated?
I'm about to be vaccinated.
Come Monday, 136 GP respiratory clinics like this will begin vaccinating those over 50, bringing forward Phase 2A with general practices to follow on May 17. The Health Minister was also left to explain why he was addressing the nation about National Cabinet, a meeting he wasn't in.
I think the PM has spoken on many days in the last week. Today I think National Cabinet was more in review than decision-making mode.
A notable step down. 2 weeks ago, National Cabinet was supposed to be moved to a war footing to fix problems. Problems including how to best deal with India's rapidly escalating COVID-19 crisis. The embattled South Asian nation recording another record rise in cases on Friday.
Prime Minister and National Cabinet were focused on making sure that we have a pathway for repatriation flights from India to begin as soon as possible after the 15th of May.
While travel from India remains at a standstill, an embarrassed PM has been forced to explain how 2 Australian cricketers, Adam Zampa and Kane Richardson, managed to get home from India through Doha 2 days after the government claimed it had stopped all incoming flights.
Is this a loophole?
Well, it's one that became apparent to us on Wednesday, and it was closed off at about 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. That flight that the cricketers were on managed to get away just before that.
With 55 active cases in its quarantine, the Northern Territory doesn't want flights to resume to India until COVID numbers decrease.
We obviously recognise the humanitarian need in India. Very happy for those flights to resume once that caseload and clinical advice changes.
In all, 500,000 Australians have returned home since last March. But what's clear is hotel quarantine is not just the main issue now, it's the most divisive issue, with premiers and the Prime Minister in open disagreement about not just how it should be handled, but expanded. While New South Wales remains content with the current system.
Oh, I think we can handle that, and we've been handling it, I think, pretty well. It's more of a service delivery arm.
Queensland and Western Australia both want returning travellers sent to specialist facilities.
You know, the Commonwealth does have facilities. They want to bring people home, as we all do, and it should be a joint effort.
Victoria too, surprising the federal government, asking it to pay a whopping $700 million to build a site on federal land outside Melbourne.
There are many elements which are somewhat of a surprise.
Federal Labor piling on.
Hotels are built for tourism, not for medical quarantine.
With 9,000 Australians relying on a system to get them home and multiple governments clearly unsure how it will happen, answers and solutions are the only thing more scarce than vaccines. Jonathan Lee, Sky News, Canberra.